Okay, we are now live streaming. We are on the record for Thursday morning's criminal docket, December 16, 2021. All right, Ms. Guerra, what number?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 92 and 93 on your docket, State of Texas versus Eliasad Santos Trevino.
I'm sorry, it went out. What number?
92 and 93 on your docket.
Okay, thank you. All right, CR 20-00912-I, CR 20-03276-I, State of Texas versus Eliasad Trevino. Is Mr. Trevino present?
He tells
Yes,
me
ma'am.
yeah,
I'm
there
here.
he is, then at
Okay.
the bottom.
And what is your announcement?
Your Honor, I have conveyed to Mr. Trevino the offer by the state, and we just need a little bit more time for him to consider it. I believe he will accept it, but we need time to finalize the I guess me explaining all the details to him, how it works. I believe it's something he's definitely interested in. So I was wondering if the court could give us one more setting sometime after the new year.
Okay, so do you want your next setting to be another status or to set him on the plea docket?
The plea docket, Your Honor.
Okay, the plea docket that I have is going to be on January 20th at 1:30, and that will be in person.
Very well, Judge.
Okay, and Ms. Soto, do we have a report on Mr. Trevino?
Yes, Judge. He has his mobile device with Smart Start and there's no violations.
Okay, Mr. Trevino, can I have an updated phone number for you?
It's 956-451-1703.
Okay. All right, anything else, Ms. Guerra?
No, Your Honor, that's all the business I have. May I be excused?
Yes, you both may be excused.
Have a wonderful day, and if I don't see you again before the holidays, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, likewise.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Okay, Ms. Sepulveda Martinez?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 12 on your docket, Jose Covarrubias.
All right. CR 21-06653-I, and is Mr. Covarrubias present?
Yes, Your Honor, I did see him connected.
Mr. Covarrubias, please unmute yourself and announce yourself. Mr. Covarrubias? Do you know if you see him on, what is he under?
It's under his name, Your Honor, but it shows that the audio is still connecting.
Okay, he's not gonna have, all right, well, if you see him on, I'm gonna take your word for it. And his attendance is what's most important. All right, and what is your announcement?
Your Honor, he's PTD eligible. We just need a little more time to submit that application.
Okay, so you will be submitting it.
Yes.
Okay, and does your client have a device? I don't think so, but sometimes we don't have it in our notes.
I don't believe he does, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Soto, do you show anything for him?
I have no record of device, Judge. No.
Judge, this is a traffic stop under 0.15, no priors.
Okay. All right, so then what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and give you a status hearing on March the 3rd at 9:30. Between now and then, the PTD app I expect will be submitted and it'll be under review, and it usually takes about 60 to 90 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
That's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, and I don't know if you want to call your client and tell him he can get on, because if they're not connecting to audio, they can't hear us.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Arispe.
Judge number 6 and 7. It's a PTD acceptance, Judge.
CR 21-02577-I, CR 21-02578-I. Michelle Abundes. Is Ms. Abundes present?
Judge, I know she was having problems logging in, Judge. We just submitted our, well, she just paid her fee yesterday, Judge, for the $500. And so we just need a plea date, Judge. I can see if she's able to log in, Judge, but I know she was having some difficulties.
Okay, so then you still haven't received whether or not, you haven't received notice whether she's been accepted or not?
No, Judge, she was accepted and she paid her fee yesterday. The $500 fee was paid yesterday,
she's
so we
ready
just
for
need the
placement.
paperwork and a plea date.
Okay, so she's ready for placement.
Judge, I
Yes.
don't have record of payment, but as soon as we do, we'll go ahead and send the documents.
And I'll check and see which prosecutor was emailed to. I apologize.
Okay, so if she's ready for placement, that'll be January 20th at 1:30, and that'll be in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, she's on. I see her.
Okay. Yes, I see her too. Ms. Abundis, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so once the DA's office verifies that the payment was received, paperwork will be sent out for you to sign. And then you're gonna come in person to the courthouse on January the 20th at 1:30, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, anything else, Ms. Arispe?
No, ma'am, that concludes my business. May we be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Orozco?
Good morning, Your Honor. I represent Ms. Amanda Gonzalez. That's number 38 on your criminal docket, State of Texas versus Amanda Gonzalez, CR 2103914I, Your Honor. This is a PTD applicant. We already completed the application and we submitted in November. We're waiting the results from the DA, Your Honor.
Okay, and is Ms. Gonzalez present?
Yes, Your Honor, she should be present.
Amanda Gonzalez, please announce yourself.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Let me see. Mr. Sosa, can you please verify whether you show that you have the application, that you all are processing it?
Yes, Judge, she's been approved for
Okay.
PTD.
Okay, Ms. Gonzalez, congratulations. You've been approved. Your attorney will explain what the next steps are for you. Do you think she can pay before the 20th, Mr. Orozco, of January?
Of January, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so why don't we set her for placement on January the 20th at 1:30, and that'll be in person?
At 1:30, Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, I do want to advise the court. My client has just recently moved to North Dakota, Your Honor. She has a college degree. She's a social worker. She's working on her master's, and her partner moved up there, Your Honor. She just
Oh.
moved, I think, like 2 weeks ago. Amanda, when did you move up there?
About a week ago, yes, correct.
Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set you for on January the 20th, but at 11,
11, Your Honor?
yes, a.m. Because
Okay, Your
that'll
Honor.
be my Zoom docket for the day.
Thank you so very much for accommodating us, Your Honor.
And I'm assuming you'll be asking for consideration on waiving the restriction for her to be able to travel outside of Hidalgo.
That's correct,
County.
Your Honor. Yes, I
All
will.
right.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right, well then, we'll go ahead and take care of that then on January the 20th for placement, and then I'll do it at 11 a.m.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
And
you.
that concludes our business. May we be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you, ma'am. Stay safe.
Okay, Ms. Cedillo?
Judge, good morning. I have Miss 41 and 42 on the court's docket. Juan Manuel Guerrero. He should be on, Judge.
CR 20-8626-I, CR 21-09428-I, State of Texas versus Juan Manuel Guerrero. Mr. Guerrero, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, the state has tendered an offer on one. I believe on the second one, they're pending a felony that's pending before they can give me an offer. So we would be requesting more time, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, do you show that the felony is still at intake?
It's ready for a grand jury, Judge, so it hasn't been given a CR number yet.
Okay,
It's actually set to be heard today, Judge, with the grand jury today, 12/16. So if we get a 30-day reset, we should have more information.
okay,
And I don't believe I represent him on that one, Judge. At least my notes don't show that. So I may need to reach out to counsel as well.
okay, so what we'll do is we'll set it for a status for January the 20th at 9:30. And then perhaps by then you'll know what the situation is with the felony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
One question, Judge. I heard the court say some in-person docket and Zoom docket. Is the January 20th setting on Zoom or?
That'll be via Zoom. And just so you all know, Next year, at the beginning of the year, because we're still uncertain as to when we're gonna actually come back, full-time or whatever you want to call full-time in person. For this court, all my arraignments after January the 1st and all my pleas will all be done in person. So all arraignments, non-DWI and DWI and pleas will be done in person for this court. Okay?
Yes,
And I
Judge.
think, and that means attorney and the client have to be in person. I will not be doing pleas nor arraignments in a hybrid session, okay?
Understood, Your Honor. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
you're
Will
welcome.
you be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Likewise. Mr. Garcia,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning.
This is number 54, the state versus Azalia Cuellar Martinez, CR 210540I.
Okay, Azalia, Azalia Martinez. Ms. Martinez, are you present?
This is Mr. Phillips, but he went
Yes,
ahead
Your
and
Honor.
Give me the checks.
Okay.
Okay,
His checks.
just checks for the
Yeah.
fighting fees?
Yeah.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Judge, on this case, Mr. Sosa did send me an email saying that there's still pending the lab results for the potential DWI that will be that the state may decide to charge her on. So at this point, from what I understand, is that the results are still pending.
Okay,
That's
Mr.
correct.
Sosa?
Judge, yes, if I may, I spoke to investigations at Mission PD, and we have results for the BAC, which came back at 0.01. However, Mission PD is still determining whether they're going to charge her, depending on what the new results with the drug panel is. So respectfully, the state's going to request a reset, a little bit more time, Judge.
Okay, so do you think you all will need more than 30 days? Did they give you a time frame?
They didn't really give me a time frame, Judge.
Well, let's see if by January the 20th, they have it, and that'll be at 9:30 for a status. Okay.
Thank you,
Anything else?
Judge. Nothing further from us, Your Honor.
Okay, you're both excused.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Luna?
Thank you.
Ruben Luna. All right, Mr. Concha?
Yes, Your Honor. Number 9 on the court's docket.
CR 21-03-789-I, Baltasar Briseño. Is Mr. Briseño present?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay, what's the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, we've already submitted the PTD application. We're just waiting for a response.
Okay, do you know what date you submitted that on?
I'm not sure, Your Honor, on that. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, are you showing that the PTD application has already been processed through your office?
No, Judge, I'm not seeing any notes indicating that we have the application.
Hold on, Your Honor. Let me, we've submitted it according to my office. Trying to check with them, Your Honor, but from our notes, Your Honor, it was submitted and just pending. We're just awaiting approval.
Okay, but they're not showing it. So you'll need to get with them. Hopefully it's not lost. So because if you show that you submitted it and they don't have it, I don't know. Ms. Lozano, you were going to say something?
No, just that we don't show judge and we don't show UA either. So that
Okay,
normally either comes before or after the application. We'll have both under
Well-
our event.
Well, I just reached, my office just informed me it was submitted yesterday, Your Honor. Either yesterday or the day before.
Okay, so it probably still hasn't been processed.
Correct.
All right, and then just make sure that you get with them for the UA letter once you have checked that they've already entered it into their system.
Yes, Your Honor.
So
So
that
can I
they
have
can-
another date?
Yes, and so since it's been submitted between now and the next setting, which will be March the 3rd at 9:30, she'll need to take her UA, and that way it's a complete packet and it's under review.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Anything else?
No, Your Honor, that's all.
Okay, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Luna, you ready?
Yes, Judge, I apologize. I got called into another courtroom.
That's okay. What number?
I have number 90, Judge Giovanni Teniente. He is online.
Okay, CR 20-09-420-I, Mr. Teniente, are you present?
Yes, here, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, we're just asking for a reset. There is a felony pending out of this transaction.
Okay, so it still hasn't been indicted?
I believe it is still pending indictment. Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Sosa, can you verify that, please?
Yes, Judge, 1 second. I was checking if I had received word from felony prosecutors. I was staffing the case for them. 1 second.
Judge, it has been indicted. It's in the 398th.
Okay. And do you have the CR number?
Yes, that is CR 347321I. Arraignment is set for February the 16th.
Okay. Mr. Luna, were you appointed on this case?
On this case, yes.
Okay. Do you know if you'll be appointed on the felony?
I am checking to see. I have not been appointed yet, but I can call to the court to see if I can get that arranged, Judge.
Okay. So then that arraignment date is set for February the 16th. So let's come back on March the 3rd for a status. If for some reason you have something that's being offered to you to work out, let us know and we'll set you on a plea docket.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Judge, may me and Mr. Teniente be excused.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day. Ms. Muniz?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I have State of Texas versus Amanda Lee Gonzalez. She has 35, 36, and 37 on the court's docket. I believe she was just let into the Zoom court. She had been in the waiting room.
Yes, I did let her in. It's CR 20-02-962-I, CR 20-02-963-I, and CR 20-02-964-I. And what is the announcement, Counselor?
Yeah, last time we were here, we had requested a motion to suppress setting. We were advised we could probably get it around January. This was back in September. However, she is currently on felony probation. There has been a recommendation made that she resolve these in order to not get revocation. However, these cases predate her placement on probation. So it's not really that they would affect if she were to plea or be found guilty on these. That's just kind of the deal that's going on. So I need to speak to her other attorney on it, on her felony, and visit with her as far as how she wants to get this resolved. So her felony is set for January the 5th. So if we could get a date after that, and then we can decide whether we're going to need to urge that motion to suppress. But I don't want to take up that time on the court's docket until we know for sure that's what we're going to do.
Okay, January 20th at 9:30.
And Your Honor, just so I can advise my client, this would be in person for her and I, correct?
No, 9:30 will be the Zoom docket.
Okay. Zoom docket. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused?
And Ms. Muniz, if you can talk to your client about being dressed appropriately for her next court hearing.
I apologize, Judge. I will cover that with her. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you as well.
All right, Mr. Ormella?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Number 79 on your docket.
Okay. CR 21-03-911-I, State of Texas versus Saul Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
He's with me, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, there you are. I was looking for him on the screen. All right, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
I'm asking for a February setting for a plea, Your Honor. We have been approved for the pretrial diversion program, and we paid her $500. However, I'm trying to obtain a bust down for my client, and I want to see if I can do it.
Okay, Mr. Ornelas, oh, you already must have filed it already. Okay, that's fine. And you said February?
Yes, ma'am, if possible.
Okay, that'll be February the 3rd at 1:30.
Perfect. Did you say 1:30, Your Honor?
Yes,
In person?
yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah.
Ms. Regalado?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have numbers 82, 83, and 84.
Okay, CR 21-03-612-I, CR 21-03-613-I, CR 21-03-614-I, State of Texas versus Santiago Sines. Mr. Sines, is he present?
He is present, Your Honor.
Mr. Sines, can you please announce yourself? Do you see him on, what screen do you see him on?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there he is. Okay, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, Mr. Sines qualifies for pretrial diversion, and we've been working on his application for several months. I believe the only thing we're pending now is a UA, and that's because he works out of town. So I'm respectfully asking for one more extension to see if we can get him in to do that.
Okay, Mr. Sines, when will you be back in town?
Right now I'm in town, ma'am. I'm leaving on January the 3rd and not coming back into 3 months.
Okay, so then, can the DA get you that UA letter today?
Yeah.
Hold on, Mr. Sosa?
Yes, Judge, as long as the defense lets us know when they need it, we'll send it out.
If we could get that today, I'll have him come by and pick it up.
That'll work because that way he has it done before the 3rd when he leaves.
Judge, the only problem is the defendant can't pick up the UA at her office. It either has to be Mr. Galado or her if she has an assistant, and then they can give it to the defendant.
Okay, we can do that. Can it be dated for tomorrow, just in case I don't get there? Get it to him in
The only
time?
thing about tomorrow is that he can't take it today.
Correct.
You know, okay, yeah, no problem.
All right, okay, so then you'll get that UA letter picked up, and then what I'll do then is I'll have y'all, I'm gonna set you up for a status on March the 3rd so that PGD application is under review for that time period. But if he does a UA and you have the application already ready, you can just submit it. And that should give them about 60 days to be able to review that. And then he'll come back at 9:30 on March the 3rd for status.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I did hear your announcement earlier, Judge, but will this be on Zoom or in person?
Morning docket for statuses will be via Zoom. Any pleas or arraignments will be in person.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Having nothing further, Judge, may we be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Flores?
Yes, Your Honor. Which one? Me? Yes, Your Honor. I've got number 30 and 31.
Okay. CR 20-0670-I, CR 20-1765-I. Ashley Garcia, is Ms. Garcia present?
Yes, I am present.
Thank you. All right, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
She has the money for the PTD now, so we can go ahead and get that paid and we can move forward with ready to finally complete. We're just not sure where she pays. Does she pay the county clerk's office? I sent an email over to the district attorney, but I haven't heard back
Okay, Mr. Sosa?
That's correct, sir. With the county clerk, we'll just have to send a new payment letter. Payment letter was sent on the 2nd. So I think we're just gonna have to do a renewed one, but I'll send that as soon as possible.
yet. And I'll forward it to her as soon as I get it. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then we'll set her up for placement on January the 20th at 1:30.
Great. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else?
That's it, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You certainly may. Ms. Garcia, you're also excused.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Okay, Judge Peña?
Good morning, Your Honor. Number 97 on your docket. And she's present in my office, Judge. She's right back here.
Okay, I'm sorry, it went out. What number?
97.
97, okay. And that's CR 21-07015-I, State of Texas versus Maria Luisa Villarreal. All right, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, there has been an offer tendered and we are going to enter into a plea. I just need to further negotiate with Mr. Sosa, who's been diligent in talking to me in regards to the case. But if the court can just set it for January the 20th for a plea, Judge, I think we could take care of it on that date.
All right, then it'll be January 20th at 1:30 and we'll set it for a plea.
And that will be in person?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And thank you, Judge. I appreciate
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
it. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Almanza.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have 4 cases on today's docket, Your Honor. The first one is number 21, Rogelio Cuellar, CR-20-09306-I.
Okay, and Mr. Cuellar present?
Yes, I did see him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And what is the announcement, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor, we got the recommendation of the state. There's just an issue with any plea deal requires 3 days in county jail. I'm talking to my client about it. He's gonna come down next month and we're gonna try to work it out the schedule with his work. So, if that is the way we go. So I'm just asking for, 30 to 45 days to talk to my client about the state's recommendation and see if we can figure out the logistics since he does work up north.
Okay, so Mr. Cuellar is still currently working out of town then?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Soto, do you have a report on Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, Judge. He has his mobile device with Lifesaver, and the report indicated that he had 3 late tests and 10 skip tests, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Cuellar, I'm not sure what's going on as to why you're having late tests or skipping tests, but I do not take bond violations very lightly. So either this will be your first warning, and the next time, if you still have violations, I don't care whether it's inconvenient or not, I will make you come down and be here in person. Do you understand that?
Yes, can I speak just a little bit?
You do not have permission to speak unless your attorney gives you permission to speak.
Mr. Cuellar, don't worry, we'll talk about it later and you give me the reason why the issues.
And I will tell you that if you're skipping tests or you're being late on tests because of your work schedule, then you need to submit that work schedule to Ms. Soto and discuss new testing times for your windows. So if that's what you're going to say, that's the answer to that. Anything outside of that doesn't really count as a good excuse in my book. So what is the phone number for you?
956-424-8124.
So Mr. Almanza knows exactly this court's stance on that, and so he will speak to you about it. All right, so then you want something after January 20th? Mr. Almanza?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Your Honor. What was that, Your Honor?
You want something after January 20th?
Yes, Your Honor, preferably for this case.
Okay, and do you want the next to be a status or already set him for a plea?
Can I call the court and inform Your Honor? It may be that it is a plea. I want to be able to meet with him in person and before, because I do want to see if DWI court's an option as well, but I can inform the court.
Okay, so the next date that I have that has a plea docket and a status is February the 3rd. However, because he has violations, we will be pulling up his report in 30 days. So if I need to see him sooner than February the 3rd, we will let you know.
Yes, Your Honor.
For
And
now,
the other 2 cases, sorry, Your Honor.
For now, we'll go ahead and put him on February the 3rd at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
And that's all for Mr. Cuellar's case, Your Honor. I have number 77 and 78, Luis Miguel Rodriguez.
Okay, Mr. Cuellar is excused.
And I did see him as well, Your Honor.
All right, CR 20-01590-I, CR 20-01591-I, State of Texas versus Luis Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, will you please announce yourself?
Yes, right here.
Okay, go on.
Your Honor, this was a mistake on mine, Your Honor. When I was gonna have the client execute the documents, I realized I did not have the correct plea documents. There were documents before he was approved into mental health court, so I've asked the state for those documents. So if I can just get a short reset so I could get that squared away. January 20th works, Your Honor, unless there's a sooner setting for it.
January 20th is the earliest, but you do want me to set him on the plea docket?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that'll be January 20th at 1:30.
Is that going to be in person?
Yes, it will be in person, sir. Okay, anything else?
Yes, sir. I have one more case, Your Honor. Can Mr. Rodriguez be excused?
Yes, he may.
Thank you.
Your next case?
This is number 91, Your Honor. Alfredo Torres, CR-21-06968-I.
Okay, and is Mr. Alfredo Torres, are you present?
Sí, aquí estoy.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda can translate for you if necessary. All right, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, we're going to be going ahead and doing a deferred adjudication. I do want some time just to talk about the program with my client. So the state has offered PTD and deferred adjudication. I believe we're going to go ahead and go with deferred adjudication so we can get a 30 to 45 day reset so I can meet with my client and get those documents executed.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do, we can do February the 3rd. And that'll be at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further matters for the court, Your Honor. May me and my client be excused.
Yes, Ms. Castañeda, please let Mr. Torres know that he is excused and he is to show up in person on February 3rd at 1:30.
Señor Torres, su próxima corte es el día 3 de febrero a la 1:30 de la tarde y es en persona y ya se puede retirar.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a Merry Christmas, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Love?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 5 on the court's docket.
Okay.
I have Axel Uriel Ponce, and he's set for a restitution hearing, Your Honor.
All right, CR 21-08605-I. Mr. Ponce, are you present?
Your Honor, I'm noticing that they didn't give my client, or my staff didn't give my client notice to be here on the restitution hearing. So he's not logged on. I just saw that right now.
Okay.
Judge,
Well, let's just see if there's any restitution that'll be set anyway, need to be set anyway. Go ahead, Mr. Sosa.
I was going to say, Judge, we tried calling the victim on 2 separate occasions, and the pictures are not, extremely concerning. They don't seem to indicate reasonably like there would be any restitution owing. Therefore, the state's going to request that restitution be set at 0, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Love, I assume no objection?
No objection.
All right, then the restitution will be set at 0 and that'll close out the case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Likewise. Okay, Mr. Mora?
Good morning, Judge. First one I have is number 23 on the docket.
CR 20-00566-I, State of Texas versus Edgar Estrada. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, we submitted our motions to suppress on this matter.
Okay. And did you file your order setting hearing?
Yes, ma'am. It should have been, I believe, and I'll follow up to make sure, but it should have been done where we're requesting in person.
Okay, yes, I do see that you're set for a suppression hearing on February the 17th, and that'll be in person. And is Mr. Estrada present today?
He should be, Judge. I had, he contacted me. He said he was on screen.
Okay.
It says
Edgar,
cricket at influence.
okay, Edgar Estrada, can you hear me?
He's a Spanish speaker, Judge, but
Okay, Ms. Castañeda, please have him announce himself?
Edgar Estrada, por favor, se anuncia.
So, I don't know what he did.
Do you see him on what screen? On what?
It
you
says
said it was
cricket
cricket?
at, he's raising his
He's
hand.
waving. Okay. All right. Okay, well then, since you're set for suppression, then we'll go ahead and see you at the next setting, which will be on February the 17th. And Ms. Soto, do you have a report on him?
Yes, Judge, he does have his mobile device with safety check. This report indicated he had 26 missed tests and he had 1 alcohol fill. On December the 6th at 11:29 p.m., he blew up 0.0359. I did speak to him regarding the missed test, Judge. He advised me that he's in an area where when he's working, there's no reception. That was the reason he gave me for the missed test.
Okay, I believe is this the second time that he's had violations?
I believe it's maybe the 3rd time, Judge, before you with violations.
I think it is the 3rd time. Okay, so I was not made aware of the alcohol violations prior to today, Mr. Mora. On alcohol violations such as this, I do require them to be in person, especially on the 3rd one, because most of the time I'll just take them into custody because of bond violations. So what I'm gonna do, let me see. Ms. Castañeda, please let Mr. Estrada know that his latest report shows that he has 26 missed tests and an alcohol violation.
Mr. Estrada, el último reporte que nos dieron es que tiene 26 pruebas omitidas y una lectura de alcohol.
Is he?
Looks like it froze up.
No, he's not frozen. He just, I don't know if he knows. Okay. Mr. Estrada, ¿me escucha?
Sí.
Ok, ¿escuchó lo que le traducieron? Que usted tiene 26. Well, go ahead, Ms. Castañeda. I'm not going to try to do your thing.
Mr. Estrada, nos avisaron que tenía 26 pruebas omitidas y una lectura de alcohol.
Oh, sí, nomás le pido disculpas.
Ma'am, I ask for forgiveness.
Okay, tell him this is his 3rd violation.
Esta es su 3ª violación.
Sí, le pido disculpas por eso que hice.
No, tell him that, go ahead.
I ask for forgiveness.
Okay, so tell him that we're going to contact his attorney to make arrangements to have him, his bond revoked, and he will be taken into custody.
Vamos a tener contacto con su abogado para, vamos a revocar su fianza y para que lo pongan bajo custodia.
No me podía perdonar la juez.
Can the judge forgive me?
I can, but I won't.
Sí puedo, pero no.
Por favor.
Please.
No, he will turn himself in. And we can get with Mr. Mora to let him know when he's going to he will turn himself in today.
No, vamos a hacer arreglos con su abogado para que se entregue hoy.
Okay, miss.
Okay, so Mr. Mora will be in contact with you after docket so that we can follow up on him turning himself in.
Very well, Judge.
Okay, and your Ms. Castañeda, please ask Mr. Estrada for his phone number.
Mr. Estrada, ¿qué es su número de teléfono?
956-510-0482.
956-510-0482.
Okay, all right, tell him that he is temporarily excused until it's time for him to turn himself in.
Está temporalmente despedido hasta que sea tiempo de que se entregue.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, your next case, Mr. Mora?
Judge number 55.
Okay, that's CR 21-03072-I, State of Texas versus Julio Martinez.
Judge, there should also be, and I didn't see it on the docket, and I could be mistaken. It's CR 21-11744I. It's an assault.
I'm sorry, CR 21-1144-I.
744I.
Oh, 744I. Okay, Ms. Rivera, do you show a setting for that?
Yes, Judge, but I believe it's
Isn't
number
that the-
one.
Yes, that's number 1 on the court's docket. So
I'm
he's
sorry, I
number
didn't.
1 and number 55. I believe Ms. Saldana is here for that case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so on the assault causing bodily injury, he's here on the arraignment for the 11744-I. Are you submitting a waiver of arraignment or you want me to arraign him for you right now?
Judge, we can submit a waiver.
Okay. And what is the status on the theft?
Judge, we received discovery, but we were waiting on that second misdemeanor.
Okay, so then I'm assuming you'll need to get all the discovery on that second one and then you can decide what you want to do.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. So if you can please get your waiver submitted and your motions, your 39.14 motions, and that way we can go ahead and, well, not we, but the state can go ahead and get that to you. And maybe at the next setting, you'll have enough information.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll come back on those for status on February the 3rd at 9:30. Okay,
Then I have, Judge, and my client's outside. I don't have him inside the conference room, but it's 85, 86, 87, and 88.
okay, and Mr. Martinez, can you hear me? Julio Cesar Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are excused. We'll see you on February the 3rd at 9:30. Please stay in close contact with your attorney because you do have to sign some paperwork.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Okay. I'm sorry, what number did you say?
85, 86, 87, and 88.
Oh, okay, so are you substituting for Dennis Ramirez?
Yes, Judge, and I'm gonna check because we should have filed the notice of appearance and motion to substitute. But
Okay,
there is a,
I believe your order granting is what's just missing.
okay.
But at this time, the court will grant your motion for substitution. And so on CR 20-08587-I, CR 20-08586-I, CR 19-11612-I, and CR 19-11229-I, your motion for substitution is granted, and we'll go ahead and sign that order as soon as you submit it, sir. And you said that he is outside your office?
Yes, Judge, quickly, I'm sorry, they're getting me on the
That's okay.
93rd. Let me just tell them I'm with your court.
Okay.
Judge, I'm on another device with County Court 9. Judge, we have a pending felony. Sorry, Judge.
That's okay. All right, and so, and what is the announcement on those cases, sir?
Judge, there's a pending felony, there's a protective order along with the divorce that's been filed. So January 20th, we have a in-person hearing out of the 430th. January 22nd is the felony is set for I guess status on what's going to happen with the divorce and protective order. We have had a hearing. We've probably gone through half of it, and then the pandemic and all hit, so it's kind of been on standby.
Okay, well, then we'll have you come back on February the 3rd at 9:30 for the status.
And Judge, if you want, I can bring my client in, but he's out in the parking lot.
No, I'll take your word for it.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day. All right, Mr. Longoria?
Yes, Your Honor. I have number 43 on your docket. Jorge Jaramillo, it's CR-21-03872. Judge, I haven't seen him on the screen. I talked to him yesterday and I texted him to be here for today's hearing, and he's not here.
Okay, Jorge Eduardo Jaramillo. Is he English speaking or Spanish speaking?
English speaker, Your Honor.
Okay. So do you want to make your announcement and we'll give him till the end of the docket to come on?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to make your announcement, your status on it, and then I'll give him till the end of the docket to come on?
Well, that's the thing. I asked him to come in early so we could discuss if he had taken care of his tickets. I'm not sure if the court members, we reset this so he could pay off a bunch of tickets. And
Now I remember him now. Okay, so it'll be January 20th at 9:30. But if he doesn't show up by the end of the docket, I'll have to issue a night time, Mr. Longoria.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, but we'll see you then.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May I be
Anything else?
excused?
Oh,
Thank you.
okay, Mr. Hinojosa?
Yes, Judge, should be number 75 on your docket, CR-17-06081-I, State of Texas versus Cesar Javier Rodriguez. He's present in my office with me, Judge.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counsel?
Judge, I need more time for status. I received the plea recommendation from the state this week, and his prior counsel just sent me his file this week. So I'd like to discuss with Mr. Rodriguez the options that he has in this matter. Could I have a reset for status, Judge?
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you have a report for Mr. Rodriguez?
I'm not showing he has a device, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Hinojosa, do you know if he has one? I know it's a very old case. He may not have one.
My understanding, he does not have a device, Judge.
Okay.
No tienes algo en el carro, ¿verdad? No tienes algo puesto en el coche, ¿verdad?
No.
No, nothing, Judge. He has no device.
All right. Okay, so is January 20th enough time?
That should be enough time, Judge.
Okay, January 20th at 9:30 for your next status hearing, so that
Thank you, Judge.
see what you need to do. All right, anything else?
No, ma'am. May I be excused, Your Honor?
You certainly may.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Garza?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 34 on the docket, Your Honor. State versus Megan Gloria. It's CR 20-06512I, Your Honor.
Okay, and is Miss Gloria present?
Yes, she should be. I saw her earlier, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, we're possibly ready for a plea placement, PTD placement today, just depending on, I turned in all the documents, I believe, yesterday.
Okay, Mr. Sosa?
Sorry, Judge, that's correct. We have the paperwork and we filed it, so we're ready to move forward with the PTD POM placement.
Okay, you can, do you want to log back in for this afternoon? Or do you want to wait till the end of the docket?
I'm at the courts. I could do it the end of the, around what time, Your Honor? The end of the docket.
I would say check back with us about 11:15.
Yeah, I think we can do that, Judge.
Okay, let's see where we're at about 11:15.
Thank you. May we be excused till then?
Yes.
Temporarily. Thank
Miss
you.
Claudia, you can either turn your camera off and wait the 45 minutes, or if you want to log off, you can log back in at 11:15.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and log off because I'm gonna go to work and then I'll just wait in the parking lot, and once we finish everything, I can go in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. Mr. Ramirez, Dennis Ramirez.
Good morning, Judge number 50.
Okay. CR 21-03791-I, Robert Lozano Jr. Is Mr. Lozano present?
Yes, he is, Judge.
Okay. Is he on the screen or is he in your office?
No, Your Honor, he's present and logged in. I confirm within around 9:20.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, can you please announce yourself? No one's answering by that name, sir.
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Oh,
Okay. All right, go ahead. And what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, this is the first status following arraignment. We still are waiting discovery on this case.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, do you show the discovery motion on file?
1 second, Judge. I do see it's on file, Judge.
Okay. So discovery needs to be sent out to the defense counsel.
Yes, ma'am. I'll contact our administration.
Okay.
And
All
Judge,
right.
one other house matter. At the arraignment, everything was kind of fast and happened pretty quickly. And at the time, I believe the state had requested the device to continue. He had a device that was ordered, I believe, at the magistration level. But this is a Class B, and I was asking the court to consider a removal of the device. He's had 0 violations. It's going on a year already since the arrest date.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you have a report on him?
Yes, Judge, he does have his mobile device for safety check and there are no violations, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, do you have a response?
Yes, Judge, this is a 1-car accident. The defendant had rolled over in a field, and he has a prior DWI, which was dismissed in 2016. The state will defer to the court's discretion on this, Judge.
Okay, so this is his second DWI arrest, so I'm gonna keep him on the interlock device, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. So, anything else on him?
Nothing further at this time. I don't know if I can get a date at the next available convenience of the court.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you some time to get the discovery and review it, and he'll come back on February the 3rd at 9:30. And Mr. Lozano, can I get a phone number for you?
Yes, ma'am. It's 1956-474-7103.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay,
May we be excused, Judge?
you certainly may.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Judge Reyna?
Morning, Your Honor. Number 10 on your docket, Judge, Ava. And CR 21041193I.
Okay, Eva, Heibar Castellano, is Mr. Castellano present?
Judge, I'm here in municipal court, and he is at my office, my law office. He should be on, Judge.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Judge, I have just requested discovery from the DA's office, so I'll need another status hearing so that I can review the discovery.
Okay, any announcement from the state?
Judge, I don't see that there's a 39.14 on file. If defense can just please make sure that they've filed it, we'll get discovery as soon as possible. Also, on another note, Judge, I've requested that this case be refiled as a Class B since the defendant blew a .09.1.
Okay, and when would that happen?
I'm not sure, Judge. I just sent the file over this morning.
Okay,
Judge, if we get a 30-day reset, I'm sure it'll be refiled and we can reach out to defense counsel.
okay. Judge, so they're gonna refile it under a Class B because of the blood alcohol level, okay?
All right, Judge.
And they'll let you know. So we'll come back on January the 20th. They're requesting a 30-day reset.
All right, Your Honor. And then what was the date again, Judge?
January 20th at 9:30.
All right, Your Honor. Thank you
Judge,
very much,
if I
Your Honor.
could,
Yes.
he does have his mobile device with lifesaver and he does have violations, Judge. He has a 16 late test and 24 skip test. I did speak to him regarding the test and he advised me that at times he forgets his device in somebody's vehicle or his brother's vehicle. He doesn't always carry it with him. This will be his first admonishment.
All right. So I don't see that Mr. Castellano is on. Is Mr. Castellano present? I know he's at your office, but I don't see him on here.
Yes, Your Honor. He's on.
Monday.
Yes,
Is he
there it
Spanish
is.
speaking?
Yes, he is, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Castaneda, please let him know that this is his first warning, that in his second, if he continues to have violations, he will report in person and I will decide whether or not that we will be revoking his bond.
Mr. Reina, esta es su primer
No, it's
violación.
Mr. Castellano.
Dispense, Mr. Castellano, esta es su primer violación. Y si se sigue con eso, la próxima vez va a tener que presentarse en persona porque puedo revocar su fianza.
So tell him to make sure that he carries that mobile device with him so that he is testing at the right times.
Que necesita cargar su dispositivo con usted para que esté seguro de que toma las pruebas a la hora que tiene que tomarlas.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so then tell him to come back on January the 20th at 9:30. At this time, it'll be via Zoom. Unless he has violations, then he will have to appear in person.
Okay. Por ahorita su próxima corte es el día 20 de enero a las 9:30. Si tiene violaciones otra vez, va a ser en persona.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
You certainly may. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Peña, Guillermo Peña. Guillermo Peña. Okay, Mr. Banker, Attorney Charles Banker.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, which number?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, what number, Mr. Banker?
89, sir.
Oh, we lost him. Okay, Mr. Peña, I saw that you okay. Who is your attorney, Mr. Peña? Okay, Mr. Hernandez, Eloy Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on number 47 on your docket. Olga Jimenez.
CR 20-3-518-I, and is Ms. Jimenez present?
Yes, Your Honor. She is present on Zoom. It's under Cricket, Olga Jimenez. I see her on the screen, but she's muted.
All right, and Mr. Sosa, did the alleged victim go in and sign that A&P?
1 second, Judge. I tried contacting the victim on this. I couldn't get a hold of her. Let me check if she's filed her A&P.
I believe it's my client's son-in-law, Your Honor. I don't believe that he has been able to go by to sign the A&P as far as I'm aware.
That's correct, Judge. We don't have an A&P on file.
Okay, the thing is that he's had a lot of months to be able to go in, and she had stated the last 2 times that she was gonna have him go in. So how are we gonna proceed with the case if he doesn't go in and do his part?
Your Honor, and I understand that being that he hasn't gone by it and this much time has gone by. I don't know if the court and the state would be agreeable perhaps to maybe set this matter for a bench trial and see if he fails to appear in court, Your Honor. I don't know if that might help resolve this matter.
Okay, Mr. Sosa.
Judge, I would defer to my supervisor. I just asked for a little bit of time to staff the case and see if
sí, ya le puse.
consent to the bench trial.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give the state an opportunity to discuss whether or not they want to go forward with a bench trial. And then at the next setting, for right now, we're going to set it for a status on January the 20th. And then if we have an answer by then we can take it, we can decide what we will do. But, that also gives that person another opportunity to try to come in between now and that time to sign that A&P so that we can just possibly take victim testimony. Okay,
Yes,
so I mean, just speak to her and see what you can do. I know there's only so much you can do, but I can't keep it on here till the man decides to go in, you know?
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, we'll come back on January the 20th at 9:30 for status.
Thank you, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Judge.
All right,
May-
thank
Your
you.
Honor, Charles Bank is
May-
back, Judge.
Okay, you may be excused, Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
Thank you, likewise. Okay, Mr. Banker, you were kicked out and just got back in. What number?
Number 89, Sergio Sosa.
CR 2104-243-I.
Correct, and he's present.
Mr. Sergio Sosa, please announce yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, we have received discovery. I would like another status date so that I might be able to go through that with my client, and then we can make an announcement at that time.
February the 3rd at 9:30.
That'll work for me, Your Honor.
Okay, and let's see what we'll do. All right, anything
Thank
else?
you. No, ma'am. May I be excused?
Yes, you both may be.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Munoz?
Yes, Judge. Yeah, I'm here, Peña.
Okay.
Yes,
Hold on,
Judge.
hold on, Mr. Munoz. Mr. Peña, who's your attorney?
Muñoz,
Okay, Jorge Munoz?
Sergio.
Okay, he hasn't logged in yet, so as soon as he logs in, we'll call your case, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Jorge Munoz.
Yes, Judge. Judge, I have number 66 on the court socket, Marta Ramirez. This case, Judge, she has a pending felony, Judge. And so we're just asking for some time.
CR 1914530-I, Marta Ramirez, are you present? Marta Ramirez. Do you see her anywhere?
Judge, I don't know if she's possibly not labeled with, I know there's several devices that don't have their name. We gave the login instructions to her husband. She's in Mexico, Judge.
Okay, well, she has until the end of the docket to come to log on. If
don't-
not, I'll have to take a knife guy.
I'm not sure if she's a Spanish speaker, Judge. I don't know if somebody could just ask her to unmute or talk.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda, can you please call out to her name and ask her to unmute if she can hear us?
Marta Alicia Ramírez, por favor, se anuncia.
Judge, if I may, we just received a text message on the Zoom from Ms. Marta Ramirez.
Okay, she's on the Galaxy S10 and she's saying that she can't hear, so she probably.
Oh, yes, Judge. She's right there.
Audio. Okay, go ahead. What's your announcement?
Judge, I'm asking for some time, Judge. We have the felony that's pending. If we can just get another setting on this case, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, what do you see?
That's correct, Judge. It's the same victim out of the same transaction. The felony is still, or actually it's been indicted. It's going to be CR-0962-20-J.
Okay, Mr. Munoz, did you get that case number?
Yes, Judge. I have it, Judge.
Okay. All right, so were you appointed on this case?
No, Judge, retained, Judge.
Oh, okay, so I guess you need to speak to her about the felony that has just been newly indicted then.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, February the 3rd at 9:30.
Perfect. May she be excused, Judge, if somebody could just let her know in Spanish, Judge?
Well, she can't hear us.
Oh, okay.
Okay, your next case?
Well, yes, Judge. My next case, Judge, is number 69, 70, and 71 on the court socket. Perla Resendiz, she's present on the Zoom.
Okay,
And Judge, this is also a case where she has a pending felony, Judge.
all right.
And so,
Let me call the cases. CR
Yes, Judge.
2006-137-I, CR 20-2893-I, CR 19-13112-I, State of Texas versus Perla Resendiz. Ms. Resendiz, are you present?
she's trying to unmute, Judge. I don't think she was able to. Let me see.
Okay, yes, Your Honor, good morning.
Okay, all right. And so you said she has felonies that are pending?
That's correct, Judge. There's a felony motion to revoke, Judge. And so in order to get this case disposed of, she would actually have to come down. She's not living in Texas, Judge. I know that she has several kids, Judge, and so we're trying to make arrangements for her to at some point come down here and get this resolved.
Yes, I do recall that. Ms. Soto, do you have a report on her?
Judge has her mobilized with Intoxilock and there's no violations.
Okay. All right, well, she has 0 violations, and I do recall this case from the beginning, and she has been making a lot of effort with respect to these cases. I don't know what's going on with the MTR on the felony. So what I'll do is I'll give you some time to go ahead and discuss it, and since you'll be here on February the 3rd, we'll go ahead and reset these for the same date, February 3rd at 9:30.
At 9:30. Perfect, Judge. May she be excused, Judge?
She certainly may.
Judge, the next case I have, Judge, is number 48. 48, Judge, on the court docket, Erico Johnson.
CR 21-03-436-I, Erico, ARICO Johnson, and is Mr. Johnson present?
Judge, he is not present, Judge. I received a phone call from somebody in his family this morning saying that he was currently in the Des Moines, Iowa County Jail, Judge. So I don't know how the court wants to proceed. I'm assuming if an ICE is granted, then he's going to get stuck over there.
Well, I mean, he's in jail. He can't appear. I'd only issue
Right.
an ISI if they had it within his control and for, I mean.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah,
he is in
so-
jail, Judge.
I'm not going to issue an ISI, but I believe Ms. Aldana, are you here to announce on that case? It's number 48 on the court's docket.
Yes, Judge, I've been speaking with Mr. Munoz on this case. He did let me know that he was in custody over there. So once he gets more information as far as like when he will be released, then we can move forward on our following through with our recommendation.
Okay, then we'll just keep it on February the 3rd at 9:30 with your other cases, and maybe between now and then, you'll know what's going on with him.
Yes, Judge, that'll work, Judge.
Okay? Your next
And the next one I have, Judge, is number 73 and 74 in the court's docket, Arnulfo Rodriguez.
Yes, I do call Mr. Rodriguez. Did he make it into your office?
Judge, we spoke to his brother yesterday. We let him know he had court today. He said he would be bringing him by this morning. He's not here, Judge. I'm not sure. I know this is the defendant that's had a lot of issues, mental health issues, Judge. So I'm not sure how the court wants to proceed, Judge, but that's the situation that we're in.
Okay, so if he doesn't show up to your office by the end of the docket, I'll have to issue an ISI. And I do understand, I do recall what you told me. But before he stopped showing up to court, because the last time he didn't show up and I gave him a break.
Right, no, I understand.
But I can't do that again, because then it's gonna set a precedence that, people don't have to come and I'm okay with it.
I understand, Judge.
That's not the case. And so prior to that, though, we did have some good conversations with respect to the device. And if I recall correctly, so did Ms. Soto. So, I mean, I don't know, I understand he's going through a hard time. I understand he's going through the depression, and I get that. But he needs to at least show up so that we can deal with those issues and see what can be done, But for now, if he doesn't show up by the end of the docket, I'll have to issue an ISI.
I understand, Judge, and we'll have somebody from my office call his family again and let him know.
Okay, even if he calls in, Mr. Munoz.
Okay, that'll work.
I know he has violations. So even if he calls in, at least we can address that. And even at that, because of what he's going through, I'll still set another time for him maybe to even come in person so we can discuss those violations.
Okay,
So,
no, that'll work, Judge. We'll reach out.
okay, so any other case?
I do, Judge. I'm actually standing in for Alejandro Munoz on 95 and 96 on the court's docket. Lisa Verreal Alona, I believe she's present on the Zoom as well, Judge.
Hello.
Hi, Alana. At CR 21-04-337-I, CR 21-04-336-I. Yes.
And on this case, Judge, I'm just asking for some additional time, Judge, so we can get this case resolved.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do we have drug patch results?
Yes, Judge. The first one was positive for marijuana. The second one was negative for all drugs. And the third one, we're still pending results. I called the vendor this morning. They still haven't received them. We should be receiving the results within the next few days.
Right, and then the first one, Judge, I'm assuming it was positive because she was probably maybe consuming prior to the court ordering the drug patch.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna wait to see what the results are. And does she have another one on right now?
I believe that she does, Judge.
Okay, I don't want her to get another one after this. Let's just see what this one says and the one prior. So I'm hoping, Alana, that it's going to be negative.
Yes, ma'am, it should be.
Okay, all right, so I don't want her spending any more money on that until we know if it's even necessary, okay?
Thank you so much.
Hold on. And then let's come back on January the 20th at 9:30 and let's see what the results are. I should have the ones from the fourth one as well. Okay. Perfect. And then see if I guess Mr. Munoz is waiting to see the results and then he'll decide what he's going to do.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. So then on January the 20th at 9:30, we'll come back and let's see what they say.
Perfect. That's all I have this morning, Judge. May I be excused? May my clients be excused?
Yes. All right. We'll see you then, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, have a good day. Ms. Conant? Luis, tell Fabian that, I've already seen you like since I started on the bench. Okay.
I'm right here, Judge.
Yeah, I know.
Right
put your raise your hand reaction button so that you can't jump in front of your colleague. All right, Sally Conant.
Yes, Your Honor, good morning.
Good morning.
I have 44, 45, and 46 on the court's criminal docket. He does have a felony that was just indicted on 12/10, and that's still.
I'm sorry. Jose Luis.
I gotta wear a pump cover every day.
Hold on. Jose Luis Jimenez, he bonded out then?
I believe he's still in jail, Your Honor.
Oh, wow. Go ahead.
Judge, in reviewing the docket after it was already prepared, we did see that he was booked on the 10th of this month. So these are new charges, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So he was booked on the new felony then.
I did get a recommendation for time served on number 44, but I haven't heard about 45 and 46.
Okay, Mr. Sosa?
Pardon me, Judge, I was on mute. That's correct, Judge. On 44, we provided a recommendation since the felony is out of a different transaction. But on 45 and 46, we're just holding out on that to see what the felony division would like to do.
Okay. So then what we'll do is we'll set him for January the 20th at 1:30, Ms. Conant.
All right.
Now, at this time, I am not doing jail cases in person. If something changes, I'll let you know.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I haven't decided if I'm going to be bringing them over or not.
Judge, if I may, in light of the new circumstances, I might have to provide a new recommendation. I know the recommendation that was sent out by a previous ADA might not still stand. So if I may just confer with defense counsel.
Yeah, just if you need to send out a new recommendation, given the most recent things that have happened, go ahead. I mean, you have time. It's not till January the 20th anyway.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, no problem. Anything else, Ms. Conant?
No, Your Honor, that's all I have with this honorable court. We have excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Have happy holidays.
Likewise. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Osuna.
Morning, Your Honor. For Osuna, for the record, we have number 98 on the court's docket, CR 20-03166I, State of Texas versus Alejandro Ibarra. Mr. Ibarra is present. Mr. Ibarra, can you acknowledge court, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, we are asking for a hearing on our motion to suppress. However, I just realized half an hour ago that I haven't filed one. I filed other motions, but not my motion to suppress. I did just say, apologize for that. I just tasked my admin to very fast, so I suspect it'll be filed before lunch and at the very latest, maybe by 2 or 3 p.m. If she doesn't do it, I'll make sure that I do it personally. But yes, Your Honor, that's what we're asking for.
Okay, Ms. Rivera, do we still have slots for the in-person motion to suppress on March 31st?
Yes, Judge, we do.
Okay, go ahead and do on your order setting hearing, March 31st at 1:30. And please state on there that it will be in person.
In person, yes, Your Honor.
And then we'll get that signed for you as soon as it gets filed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me go ahead and see. Your motion to, I do see a motion to suppress on file.
So what ended up happening, yes, Your Honor, so what ended up happening in this one is I filed my motion in anticipation of a Zoom. So we had a hearing on that, but it was docketed as a motion to suppress hearing, although it was only related to a motion to suppress. So yes, I apologize for that.
Okay, so did you get the USB and all that already?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready to go.
Okay. All right, so then we'll go ahead and see you on March the 31st at 1:30. Mr. Ibarra, that will be in person and your attorney will let you know where to show up, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Osuna?
Yes, Your Honor, we have number 94, CR 19-15420I, State of Texas versus Nathaniel Valadez. I fear that my client will not say, Your Honor, I don't see him on and he's not, he hasn't responded to my calls or texts.
Okay,
Mr. Valadez?
Mr. Ibarra, there's nothing further on your case. You are excused, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Likewise, sir. Thank you. CR 19-15420-I, State of Texas versus Nathaniel Valadez. Mr. Valadez, are you present? Okay, I do see, Mr. Sosa, can you tell me if that felony is still at intake?
1 second, Judge, I'm pulling it up just now.
And my understanding is that it is, Your Honor. It's been
Yes,
pending
Judge.
for a while.
Pardon me, that's correct, Judge.
Okay, so that is still pending at intake. He does have until the end of the docket to show up. If he doesn't, you know, we'll have to issue an ISI and we'll come back on this one on February the 3rd at 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we'll see if it's been indicted by then.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, any other case?
No, Your Honor. May I be excused, please?
You certainly may. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay. I can't tell who that is next on the iPhone because of the mask.
Mr. Rivas?
Oh, okay, Mr. Dimas. Sorry, I didn't recognize you with the mask on. All right,
Okay.
what number?
Number 11, Your Honor. On your criminal.
Okay, CR 210865-I, Enrique Castellanos. Is Mr. Castellanos present?
He's right in front of me here, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. All right, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
We're asking for a new setting, Your Honor. We received discovery and we received a recommendation this week. And the discovery, we received it a few weeks ago, but the recommendation was this week. And we're going over as we speak. We just need a reset on this one, Your Honor. So
Okay, do you want your next, do you want a status for the next setting or do you want it on the plea docket?
status.
All right, then I'll give you some time to look over that. It'll be February the 3rd at 9:30.
Okay. The only other issue, just to confirm, Your Honor, if there's any, I didn't see anything on discovery, any video, body cam or unit cam. I just want to ask the state if there was any video.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, can you see if there's any digital evidence that you need to turn over?
1 second, Judge, I just exited out. 1 second. I don't see anything, Judge. And there's no mention of digital discovery on the events tab. I'll confirm and get back to defense counsel, however.
Okay, so at this time, it's not showing that there's any digital evidence in the file. However, Mr. Sosa will confirm with that and send it over to you, Mr. Rivas. I mean, have you submit the USB if
Yes.
there is some, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. Maybe
All
we-
right. We'll see you. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Espinosa,
Judge, happy holidays. Good morning.
happy holidays. Good morning.
I have number 8 on the docket, the CR docket.
CR 21-04-663-I, Jose Eduardo Alamia. Is Mr. Alamia present?
He is judge online.
I'm sorry, Mr. Alamia, are you present?
Presente.
Okay, Spanish speaking, Ms. Castañeda. All right, what is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge Peter Espinosa for Mr. Alamia. We have just recently submitted the pretrial diversion to the Assistant District Attorney's Office. We're going to ask for a little time for them to review and hopefully resolve it through the PTD.
Okay, and when was the packet submitted?
It was submitted to Adrian Lozano and it was submitted this week, yesterday.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. All right, and Ms. Soto, do we have a report on his device?
Yes, Judge, he has his device with Lifesaver and there's no violations.
Ms. Castañeda, please let Mr. Alamia know that I appreciate him doing what he's supposed to and having 0 violations.
Mr. Alamia, la corte le aprecia lo que ha estado haciendo por tener 0 violaciones.
And let him know that I'm going to give him an opportunity to have his PTD packet to be reviewed.
Y le voy a dar una oportunidad para que el paquete del desvío al juicio lo revisen.
And so the next setting is going to be on March the 3rd at 9:30.
Su próxima corte va a ser el día 3 de marzo a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Unless he has a violation, and then I will bring him in sooner.
A solo que tenga una violación, entonces la corte lo va a traer más temprano.
Can you please ask him for a phone number?
¿Me da su número de teléfono?
956-609-0016.
956-609-0016.
Okay, so Mr. Espinosa, we'll go ahead and give the state at least 60 days to review the application, and in between now and then, if you find out that he's accepted, make sure that you get all the other stuff done, like the payment and all that, so that if he's ready for placement prior to that date, let us know, and then we'll change you to a placement docket, a plea docket.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate that.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing further from defense.
Okay, then you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a safe one and a happy holiday.
Thank you. Likewise, Ms. Castañeda, please let Mr. Alamia know that he is also excused.
Mr. Alamia, ya se puede retirar.
Okay, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Morales?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so I do see that your client is present. And
20, Judge, I believe.
yeah, it's number 13 through 20. And what is the announcement?
Judge, I was speaking to the prosecutor yesterday, and I hadn't thought about this, but she suggested, let's see, we get her screened for the mental health caseload. And I'd like to ask him for if we can have a February setting, Judge, just to make sure that we have plenty of time for that.
Okay, Ms. Saldana, anything to add?
Just Judge, that I did already speak with with Belinda regarding getting her screened, so she's already aware of the situation. So I'll go ahead and let her know that that we're going to move forward with that and go ahead and get that taken care of. So.
Okay, so then we'll return for a status to see what happens with that on February the 10th at 9:30.
Judge, can it be, I'm going to be out of town for the second and third week. I'll be here the first week, the 3rd, if you were giving the 3rd as a date. I don't know if it's-
Okay, that's fine. We can do it on February the 3rd then.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Maybe excuse.
Yes, you and your client are excused. Ms. Santana, do you have any other cases?
Judge, I believe that's all I have with you today. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
Judge.
day.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Fonseca? Attorney Aaron Fonseca? Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. I apologize.
Good morning. What number?
The state of Texas versus Ivan Rodriguez. I saw him on just a moment ago. He's here. He's here, Your Honor.
Okay, and what number is that on the court docket?
I don't have the docket with me, Your Honor. If you can give me a moment.
76, Your Honor.
Okay, what number?
76.
And it's also number 2. Your client is already being, are you going to want me to arraign him right now in the possession of marijuana, or are you going to submit a waiver of arraignment?
Your Honor, if you don't mind, if we can we just arraign him very quickly?
That's fine. Mr. Rodriguez, please raise your right hand. You need to unmute yourself first.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
In CR 21-12209-I, State of Texas versus Ivan Garcia Rodriguez, is that your true and correct name?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
You're being charged with possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a Class B misdemeanor, sir. A Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment that you can receive, sir, for the offense of which you are charged?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
No, ma'am.
Counselor, in speaking with your client, do you find him to be competent and able to assist you in his own defense?
Yes, Your Honor, he is competent.
Then the court will make a finding that Mr. Rodriguez is competent and able to assist his attorney in his own defense and further enters a plea of not guilty on his behalf. All right. So what's the status on his other case that is pending, which is on CR 21-03799-I on the DWI?
Yes, Your Honor, we're actually awaiting an indictment for a pending felony so that we can hopefully get all these cases worked out together.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, do you see that pending felony on your screen?
Yes, Judge, it's still at intake.
All right. Okay, then let's go ahead and come back on February the 10th at 9:30 on both cases. And we'll see if it's been indicted by that time.
Very well, Your Honor.
Mr. Fonseca, did you not receive the docket or?
I did. I just, I closed it and I was trying to look for it on my computer. I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, just wanted to make sure. All right, thank you, sir. You have a good day.
You too, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Guerrero. Attorney Fabian Guerrero.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning. I have Mr. Luis Enrique Lira on cause number CR 19-105009.
But what number is that on my docket?
Oh, I thought you would ask that, Judge.
It's
Number
the same-
49, Judge.
Mr. Guerrero, it's the same question I've been asking for a year. Okay, what number 49?
Yes,
49, Judge. He has a DWI that's pending, Judge. The state dismissed the company in charge of possession of marijuana back in July of this year, July 28th of 2001. They submitted a dismissal order on the POM. They actually took a blood sample and he was found to have no blood alcohol in his blood. So we're taking the position that he was not intoxicated. I mean, I think that's very strong evidence of him not being intoxicated. And we're hoping the state would entertain looking at the file again and perhaps dismissing the DWI pursuant to their own discovery that they tendered to us. And so that's our announcement. I mean, barring that, I mean, we would have to be compelled to go to trial on this one.
Okay, hold on.
Judge,
All
this
right.
is, pardon me.
Go ahead, Mr. Sosa.
This is a drug DWI. We do have results from the drug panel finding THC. So this wasn't a regular alcohol DWI. I just wanted to put that on the record.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how the intoxication is measured with the levels of THC in his system. But they did dismiss the possession charge. I don't know what consequence that's going to have on the actual intoxication issue, but he obviously had no alcohol in the system. I don't see how I could get any ideas to what statutory provision would operate in the same I guess level that we have for our DWIs, where we look at if it's 0.08, you know, if that's the blood saturation, then we know he's intoxicated as a matter of law, right? Insofar as the levels of marijuana, I don't know what statute the state would be relying on to say, okay, he reached this level of marijuana in his system, and based on that, he is legally intoxicated, even though he may be functionable. So that becomes a questions that we have to kind of sort through, Judge. But I mean, my client is insisting I was not intoxicated. I was not.
Okay, so look, first of all, you're talking about an alcohol DWI. The state is talking about a drug-related DWI. Has anybody looked at the complaint that was filed on this case? Because if you look at the complaint that has been filed on this case, what it states is that their state is saying that he was found to have intentionally and knowingly possessed a usable quantity of marijuana in an amount of 2 ounces or less. Okay, that's what they're saying on the complaint. Then we're going to go over to the order of dismissal that I signed on July 28th, 2021 of this year, and it dismisses the possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, okay? But that's a possession. Now, what they're saying is that he had that amount of in his body. So that's going to be the question. Did he have what the complaint is saying that he had? That's going to be what's going to be the foundation of his entire case. It's not about the alcohol. It's about whether or not he had a certain level of THC. Now, I'm not going to need to look at any type of statute until it comes time to either trial, or if you all choose to do some type of suppression under, I don't know, whatever grounds you decide to do it on. But we need to do something on this case, because if I already see, I didn't even have to look for Luis's name. I already knew his name was Luis Enriquez. And so, you know, and the last time Luis, I told him, I go, he could already be working for you, Fabian. No, I'm just joking. So, but anyway, but I understand what you're saying, Mr. Guerrero. I get it. You know, and I totally get your position as a defense counsel. And then I, of course, have to see the state side as well, which I do see. So I would suggest that maybe y'all staff this case with Ms. Lozano and put it out there. And if she wants to still proceed with it, then you decide, Mr. Guerrero, what you choose to do. We have a suppression. We have a little bit of room on our suppression docket for March the 31st, if that's what you choose to do. And if not, at the next status hearing, I can certainly give you your pretrial and trial dates. We start our trial docket in June. And then, yes, they already gave us the jury panel list. And so I can always request a jury panel from any one of those the district courts, of course, get the first shot at it. But if they don't use it, we get to use their panel. So, I mean, that way he already has one charge that was dismissed. Now he has this one pending. So you can decide which way you want to dispose of it or attempt to, okay?
Okay, Judge, will you be giving us the March 31st date?
Well, that's going to be for a suppression.
Oh,
if you decide to file a suppression, then that'll be the date you put on there, March 31st at 1:30.
okay.
Other than that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some time to staff it with Ms. Lozano and Mr. Sosa, and we'll come back on February the 10th at 9:30. And then at that point, we'll see what happens. And that gives you enough time as well if you choose to do something else.
Okay,
You know?
fair enough. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Lita, we'll see you on February the 10th at 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Judge. May he
Okay,
be
thank
excused,
you.
Your Honor?
Yes, he may be excused. Which other case do you have?
I have another one, but he's in the lobby because we don't keep him in the same room. So let me bring him in. He's also.
That's okay. Just give me the announcement. I trust you. What number?
Oh, that's another good question, Judge. Let me pull.
What's the name?
Luis Mendez. Let me get that for you, Judge. Full name.
Mendez?
Hold on, Judge. Luis Gerardo Mendez Perez. CR 21000437, and then there's CR 2008304I. One is an accident case where he's charged with an accident that did not occur at the same time with my client. And that case is the announcement is we're not prepared to agree to the accident, but a second case, we can work that out, but I don't remember receiving a recommendation on this particular Luis. I remember getting a recommendation on Mr. Luis Lira.
Okay, so that's number 60 and 61 on the court's docket. And the recommendation that was sent was on number 61, which was the CR 2008304, and it was sent to you on December the 13th. But the reason you didn't get it for the other is because it says that it's a dismissal for the plea, if he decides to flee. But they can always resend you that recommendation. But before we move on to that, going back to Mr. Lira, did you go pick up the USB? Because it was there.
Oh, okay. I'll send somebody to go pick it up. I've been shorthanded, but I'll go send somebody.
Okay.
Got a couple of people went out on the COVID stuff.
Okay, and also the USBs are ready on these two as well.
Okay, so I'll get somebody to go pick up all those USBs.
Okay.
But can we have the same setting for Luis Gerardo, Judge, as a status for February 10th?
Yes, we can, but let's see can you please, by then maybe let me know what you're gonna wanna do on it, okay?
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
That'll be it. May I be excused? You have a great holiday season, Judge.
Thank you, you too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay, give me one moment, Mr. Bravo. If somebody from my staff can please contact Mr. Sergio Munoz and let him know that Mr. Peña is just waiting for him. Okay, all right, Mr. Bravo, what case?
Good morning, Your Honor. It's number 39 and 40.
Okay. CR 1804458-I and CR 1804459-I. State of Texas versus Adrian Guerra. Is Mr. Guerra present?
Yes, Your Honor. He is present. He's on the Galaxy A12.
Okay, I do see him. And what's your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, we are requesting additional time. We did receive an offer from the DA's office on a probation rec and a possible dismissal on failure to ID. From the last hearing, Mr. Guerra was supposed to be pay off a fee, I think a fine of $357, which prevents him from submitting the pretrial diversion application. The court did refer him to an employment specialist. I did speak with him yesterday, and he is present today, Judge. We are going to request additional time to pay off that fee, Judge, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Guerra, can you unmute yourself, please? Just click the microphone at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Guerra, did you go and see Ms. Trejo, the employment specialist?
I went to the municipal, the Palmhurst municipal
That was
court.
for the tickets. Did you go to this employment specialist? Because at the time you came to me, the last time you didn't have a job. Do you have a job now?
Oh, no, Your Honor.
Okay, so I ordered you to go to the employment specialist. Did you go to the employment specialist?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so I gave you an order. You don't get to decide whether or not you do the order or not. You go and do the order, or else I can actually have you arrested. Do you understand that, Mr. Guerra?
Sorry, Your Honor.
So you will see the employment specialist, Ms. Trejo, or else you're never going to get the citation or fines paid.
Yes, sir.
So unless a family member is going to give you that money to pay, then you need to get a job. Because
Yes.
even if you're on PTD, you have a fine that you're gonna have, an application fee that you have to pay, which is $500. And then you're going to have to continue to maintain depending on, depending on what it is that they, or if you choose to do probation, you're gonna have probation fees. So either way, you're gonna need money. So you need to go to visit Ms. Trejo. So do you have something to write with?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Soto, can you please do me a huge favor and give him Ms. Trejo's phone number?
Her number is 956 587 6000.
Okay, so you're going to call Ms. Trejo by the end of the day today to set up an appointment so that you can speak to her with regards to trying to help you find a job. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Bravo, let's say he finds a job because he was supposed to have tried to make a dent into this fee from the last time to this time, and he hasn't. So I'm not going to give him a whole lot of time to try to see what he needs to, how he's going to pay it. That's not my deal. So I'm going to go ahead and allow him to come back in approximately 45 days, which is February the 3rd, and let's see where he's at. He needs to at least do something, even if he goes and pays a little bit of that ticket, he has to show some kind of progress.
Understood.
So that's February 3rd at 9:30.
Will do.
Okay, any other case?
That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
You certainly may.
I'll be back in the afternoon.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Peña, Guillermo Peña.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Peña, can you turn your camera on for me? Okay, so Mr. Peña, your attorney is stuck in a contested hearing in another court, which is expected to last at least another 45 minutes or so. So I don't want you to wait, okay? I'm going to go ahead and allow you to come back on January the 20th at 9:30, okay?
Okay.
Because if not, you're gonna have to wait for him for about another 45 minutes or so. And if he doesn't come on by the time I finish, I'll have to push you to the afternoon. And it's just, I'm sure you have other things to do.
El 29,
No, January 20th
20.
Yes.
Okay.
At 9:30.
9:30.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, sir. You may be excused. All right. Mr. Kennedy?
Morning, Judge. I have number 67 in your document, Mr. Paul Ramirez.
Okay, and I did see Mr. Ramirez present. So you are going to research a statute or something on this one?
We were issuing subpoenas, Your Honor, for medical records. Subpoenas were issued to McAllen Medical Center and to Mission Medical Center. Both have been served. Mission did respond back with documents last week. McAllen said they would need a couple more weeks to respond back. So I'm asking for another continuance, Your Honor, so I can be able to obtain those documents.
Okay, and Ms. Soto, do you have a report on Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, Judge, he has analog device with life saver and there's no violations.
Okay, so, and how much time are you requesting?
I'm not sure. So McAllen said they need a couple more weeks. So if you can give me maybe a first week of January or the second week of January, I think that'd be enough time to obtain the document.
Okay, so the setting that I have in January for a status is January 20th, and if not, then it's pushed to February.
I'm okay with January 20th, Your Honor.
All right, January 20th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. And that's all I have before you this morning. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ramirez, for your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you take care. We'll see you then. All right, Mr. Solis?
Morning, Judge. I'm here on number 3 of your docket, Miss Kaylee Science.
Okay, and she also has a companion case. Let me get that. Okay, so she has 3 cases. On the resisting arrest, search, or transport, and on this criminal trespass one, you all are named as the attorneys, or Mr. De La Fuente. But on the other assault causing bodily injury, it's the public defender. Do you all represent her on that one?
Yes, Judge, we'll go ahead and file the substitution.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let me call the cases. It's CR 21-10815-I, CR 20-8862-I, and CR 19-12060-I. And what is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, Miss Science, she's not present this morning. On this case, just to inform the court, I had been dealing with the felony court because all these cases have accompanying felonies. Judge, as I was telling the felony prosecutors, Ms. Science is currently institutionalized, Judge. I did provide them documentation of that, but it's my mistake. I did not send it to the prosecutors in this court. I'll go ahead and forward that. In light of that, Judge, I'm respectfully asking for a resit. I do believe she's going to be at the hospital until the end of January. That's what we're being told.
Okay, so let's go ahead and come back on February the 10th, and that'll also give you an opportunity to hopefully visit with her so she can submit her waiver of arraignment.
Okay.
On the CR 21-10815-I. But we'll
Go ahead and send the state the proof of the where she's at, Judge.
Okay, February 10th at 9:30 for all 3 cases. If she's not out by then, Mr. Solis, just let us know and we'll push it further. There's no need for you to make an announcement if she's not going to be available.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll have you come back on February the 10th at 9:30 on the 3 cases.
Thank you, Judge. I'm also here on number 29, Mr. Vicente Gamez.
Okay, just give me one moment. Okay, that's CR 20-08324-I. Vicente Gamez, is Mr. Gamez present?
I believe so, Judge. I saw him logged in.
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counsel?
Judge, there's an accompanying felony, Judge. That one is set for arraignment in the 206 on January the 7th. We're just asking for hopefully a late January setting that will we should have information for the court as to how we're going to proceed on these cases.
Okay, let's, the latest I have in January is the 20th, or then it would be February the 3rd.
We can do the 3rd, Your Honor, if that's okay.
Okay, February 3rd at 9:30. Okay, Mr. Gomez, we'll see you then, sir. You are excused.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Likewise.
And lastly, Judge, I have number 22, Mr. Tomas Enriquez, and I do see him logged in as well.
CR 20-05742-I. Mr. Enriquez, please announce yourself. Do you see him where he is?
He's there, Judge. He's wearing glasses, beard, bald head.
Okay, I see him. All right, and what is the announcement?
Judge, I need a little bit of time to discuss the evidence with Mr. Enriquez and see how he's going to want to proceed on this case.
Okay, does the state have an announcement on this?
No, Judge, we've tried to contact the victim to no avail. I'm not sure if defense has a good number for her.
Judge, I do not, but I'll speak with Mr. Enriquez, and if I do get one, I'll go ahead and send it to you, Mr. Sosa.
Thank you, Mr. Solis.
Okay, we'll keep it with February the 3rd, like your other case, since you'll already be here at 9:30. And at that time, if you still can't get a hold of the victim, or if you do and the person doesn't want to go forward or what have you, then, maybe we can do something. So work towards disposition on that date.
Will do, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
No, Judge, may we be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Arredondo,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning.
We have one case on it, Mr. Edgar Moreno. I don't have the docket number, Judge, sorry for the inconvenience.
Number 56.
Sorry?
Number 56, Judge.
Thank you. CR 20-07044-I. Edgar Moreno, are you present? Okay, you're on mute, but I did see you. And what is your announcement?
We're here to recall an ISA, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Moreno, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Okay. Then the NISI will be is recalled. Okay, and what's the status on this?
So this is the case, Your Honor. We're supposed to, you gave us a deadline for the PTD, Judge. Oh, I contacted the probation department. I believe they told me it wasn't Minnesota. Just for the record, it wasn't Minnesota. I just contacted the general probation to see if they would accept drug tests from up north. They said we had to put it on the record, and it was up to the judge, Your Honor, to decide. I know our client is living in San Antonio, Judge. He doesn't live here in the Valley. So I'm not sure if this honorable court will accept a drug test from San Antonio, and we can get the PTD submitted early next week.
I'm sorry, Judge, if I may.
Yes.
I see notes indicating that due to the prior arrests, due to defendant having 2 prior arrests, that he's not PTD eligible. We've made a deferred adjudication recommendation, and that's going to be our last recommendation on this.
Is it the 4 months deferred?
I'm sorry?
4 months deferred?
Yes, sir. $100 fine, court costs, 4 months deferred, drug education course, and 10 CSR.
So what do you want to do, Mr. Arredondo?
I'll go ahead and relay this offer to my client to explain the differences between straight probation and deferred to Mr. Edgar Moreno, Judge, and then I'll reach out to Mr. Eduardo Sosa to see what we're going to do with this case. We can just get a 30-day status, Judge.
Okay. At the next one, I need to know what Mr. Moreno is going to want to do, because I have to dispose of this. It's already been a while. So it's January the 20th at 9:30, Mr. Moreno. Okay?
Thank you, Judge. I will see you this afternoon.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Let me just have a 2-minute break and we'll be right back on the record. Okay, Ms. Flores, whenever you're ready.
Ready, Judge.
Okay, so let me go ahead and Ms. Gonzalez, before I take up a PTD placement, do you have a quick announcement?
I do, Judge. Hello. I've got a couple. I've got number 68, Edward Ramos.
CR 2102994-I. Mr. Ramos, are you present? Edward Ramos.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Yes, ma'am. On this one, we had requested a recommendation and we're advised that the felony is still pending at intake, Judge. I don't know that it's been scheduled for presentment before the grand jury. It remains, I guess, pending.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, do you show anything?
That's correct, Judge. It's still at intake.
Okay, so it's still at intake. So let's go ahead and come back then on March the 3rd and see if by then it's been indicted. And that'll be at 9:30.
At 9:30. Sorry, Judge. I've got a very angry secretary talking to somebody back there.
Ha, okay. Mr. Ramos, we'll see you then.
All right, thank you.
Okay, your next case?
Next one, Judge, is a nice eye recall on number 58, Gerardo Ochoa. I believe he's listed under iPhone. He's wearing a gray t-shirt.
Okay, Mr. Ochoa, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, CR 20-01972-I. And then at this time, the court will recall his nice sign. So your request is granted.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate that.
Okay, and do we have a status on this?
We do not, Judge. I don't know that we even had any settings because of the nice side. Let me get that real quick for you.
Okay, so Mr. Ochoa is out on bond, correct?
Yes, ma'am. On this one, Judge, let's see. It looks like we got discovery back in July. Might just be pending a recommendation. I'll follow up with Mr. Lozano and see what we can work out.
It'll be with Mr. Sosa. So you'll follow up with Mr. Sosa, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Savannah, is your client still in federal custody?
No, sir.
No,
He's on Zoom.
on the screen,
Oh,
right
okay.
there.
My apologies.
That's okay.
Okay. So just get with Mr. Sosa to get that recommendation. I'll go ahead and have you come back on that on March the 3rd at 9:30, and then we'll see if there's been any contact with the alleged victim.
Perfect. And Judge, just to confirm, the first setting you gave me was March 2nd. This one's going to be March 3rd?
No, both are March 3rd. I don't have a docket for criminal on March 2nd.
Okay, I may have written that down wrong. Okay, perfect. March 3rd on both. Got it. Okay, and then finally, the last one, Judge, number 4 on your criminal docket, Margarita Alvarez, that is set for a bench trial today.
Okay, Mr. Ochoa, you are excused, sir. We'll see you on March 3rd at 9:30.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, and is Ms. Alvarez present?
She is, Judge. She was wearing a mask earlier. I believe she's under the Galaxy A21.
All right. So this is on CR 19-13074-I, State of Texas versus Margarita Perez Alvarez. Defendant is present, and what says the state?
Yes, Judge, our subpoena for the victim, Humberto Rivera, if the court can kindly call his name out, was returned on the 1st of this month. The police department doesn't have more info, and the number listed in our file belongs to someone else now. So the state will respectfully be tendering a dismissal in this case, just pending the court to call the victim out.
Okay, Mr. Damian, please call out the name Humberto Herrera 3 times.
Rivera.
Oh, Rivera, I'm sorry. Humberto Rivera.
Humberto Rivera, Humberto Rivera, Humberto Rivera.
Okay, the name being called out 3 times and no response. Then I'll go ahead and allow you the time to file your dismissal.
Thank you.
I'll set a tickler for January the 14th. I know you'll have it done before then, but that's just for me. All right, anything else?
No, ma'am, that's all the business I had. May I be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you. Judge, if I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas to you and your staff.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
I likewise. Okay, Mr. Munoz, Jonathan Munoz.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here with number 32 and 33 in your docket, Ricardo Ariel Garza. We had a hearing a couple of days ago, and we reset it for this date so that the victim can provide testimony.
All right, CR 21-08419-I, CR 21-08420-I. Ricardo Garza, are you present?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm right here.
Okay, and what is the alleged victim's name?
Virginia Varela. Sorry, her name is Virginia Varela, and she is also logged in.
Okay, Ms. Varela, can you please unmute yourself and can you turn your camera on?
Yes, give me a second.
Thank you. And is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Varela, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Ms. Varela. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Virginia Jasmine Varela.
And what is your relationship to the defendant, Ms. Varela?
I am his fiance.
Okay, and how long have you two been together?
Since 3 years.
Do you all live in the same house?
Right now, no.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about what occurred on March 5th, or I'm sorry. Yes, March 5th, 2021.
Oh, well, he had just, I think, gotten out of work, and he was gonna come visit me, but I didn't want to let him inside my home.
Okay, were there any violent acts involved?
Well, only like pushing and shoving, right? But I guess because he was trying to get inside, but I was just being stubborn and I didn't want to, because I had other things to do basically. So
Did he do anything else other than push or shove you?
well, no, that's actually it. Just like the pushing and shoving.
Okay, is there a history of violence in your relationship?
No,
Are you concerned about any future violent acts?
no, sir.
Have you filled out an affidavit of non-prosecution with the DA's office?
Yeah, yes,
Did you fill it out of your own free will?
yes, sir.
That's to say nobody's promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to fill out that affidavit.
Correct.
Do you wish to drop charges at this time?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that by dropping charges, this case cannot be reopened again in the future?
Yes, sir.
However, you do understand that if another incident were to occur, then you can go ahead and open that as a new case.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ms. Varela. I appreciate your time. The state passes the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Munoz?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, then the court is accepting the Ms. Varela's testimony today, and what is going to be the result of today's victim testimony?
Judge, I just need to make sure that we have the anger management certificate. I'm not sure if defense has any knowledge about that. One second.
Okay, just, can you say it a little clearer, Mr. Sosa? Because once you fade out, then Ms. Flores can't hear you.
Pardon me, Judge. I don't know if we have the anger management certificate. That would be the only thing pending since we do have the AMP on file, but I don't have record of that certificate. So as soon as we have that, we'll go ahead and tender the dismissal.
Okay, Mr. Munoz, has your client already taken the anger management class?
I am unaware. I do not believe so, though.
Okay, so Mr. Garza, you're going to have to get a list of the approved places to take that anger management class. And you need to do that as soon as possible. If not, nothing is going to happen in this case and it's going to come back to me. And then I'll decide what we will need to do. Do you understand that? So Mr. Munoz, if you want to get with Ms. Soto, she can give you a list of places that he can do his anger management class at.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to give him a little bit of time to do that. So I'm going to have a status on this for February the 3rd at 9:30. If he does the anger management class before then and the dismissal is tendered before then, you do not have to appear. It'll be done.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So if nothing further, you, Mr. Garza, and Ms. Varela are all excused.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Villalobos. Well, he was on. He's not on anymore. Mr. Reyes, I don't know if you want to contact him and see if he's going to log back in. Oh, there he is. Wait. Mr. Villalobos, can you hear me? Attorney Jesse Villalobos. Okay, so he may be in another court. As soon as he comes back on, I'll take you up, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Okay, Mr. Mozingo.
I'm to the calling court. Let me go back.
Mr. Mozingo, have you heard from your attorney, Mr. Sanchez?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to give you an opportunity to contact him. Let him know that we're already at the end of the docket. I only have about 2 or 3 more items and that's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me recall your case, Mr. Villalobos.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, and that's on CR 21-06-285-I, and Mr. Reyes has already checked in. And
Yes,
what
ma'am.
is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, we would request a little bit more time to see what we can work out, because I'm a little confused as to whether, I know we submitted a PTD packet. I'm not sure if we got an answer back on it yet.
Yes, sir, I'll allow the state to respond.
Yes, Judge, we received the PTD application. It was denied, however, on the 9th of this month due to a lack of driver's license or insurance.
Okay, so Mr. Villalobos, I'm assuming that if your client can get his driver's license and some, or if he doesn't, I don't know, Ms. Lozano, do you want to clarify for me? If they don't have a driver's license, do you accept the ID but the insurance for a non-driver, or do they have to have a driver's license?
They have to have a driver's license or an occupational driver's license. So it's 2 separate requirements. And then the insurance, if they don't have a car, they can have that non-driver insurance. But they do need some type of valid driver's license, whether it's occupational or whether if they're not a US citizen from another country, that's totally fine.
Okay, so Ms. Lozano, may we actually, Dallas Gutierrez from office has been working on it, but he's out till Monday. That's why I was a little confused, but I'll get that sorted out with him and contact Ms. Lozano, see if we can sort it out.
No
Ms.
problem.
Reyes, go ahead. Do you have a driver's license now?
Yes, I just got it reissued last week. And I've had vehicle insurance since the incident. And I mean, until now, I still have insurance.
Great. Then I would suggest that at your earliest break today or tomorrow, before your attorney's office may go on the holiday break, you go by and give them a copy of your driver's license and a copy of your proof of insurance so that Mr. Villalobos' office can resubmit your PTD packet for reconsideration now that you do have those 2 things, okay?
Okay, I'll do that today.
And that's probably going to be the best route, Mr. Villalobos.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and come back on February the 10th and at 9:30, and we'll see if it's already under review by that time.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Okay, anything else?
No, one thing, I just want to apologize. The other day, Judge, I had a plea with you. I waited as long as I could, but then I had a monster hearing from El Paso on an injunction. So at the end, I had to kind of leave. And like I said, I'm really short staffed. Everybody's gone this week. Everyone will be back next week. So we'll get that sorted out.
Okay, well, just contact my office to check what occurred.
Yeah, I just wanted to apologize about that. They were calling me from El Paso and I just had to go. I waited to the very last second and then I had to go to the injunction.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you, ma'am.
just-
You have a great day.
Just so you know, Mr. Villalobos, starting after January 1st, all my pleas and all my arraignments, whether DWI and non-DWI, will be in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Happy holidays, Your Honor.
Likewise. Okay, Mr. Reyes, we'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right, Mr. Mozingo?
Yes, ma'am. I called the office and he is stuck in another court.
Okay, well, just, I'm assuming just be patient and let's see
Judge.
what happens. Yes.
If I may, we submitted a dismissal. The defendant successfully completed PTD. So I'm not sure if you still want counsel to show up.
No, that's great. Congratulations, Mr. Mozingo. So it looks like you put this behind you. So the dismissal has been submitted. And if I haven't signed off on it yet, I'll wait for it to get to my queue and I'll sign it.
Thank you.
It's a good Christmas present.
Yes.
Okay, so as soon as I sign the dismissal, it'll go back to your attorney and you can request it.
Thank you.
All right, you take care, sir. Have a Merry Christmas.
Likewise. Thank you.
Likewise. Okay. All right, Mr. Garza. Let me go ahead and do your PTD placement. You're the.
Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Thank you for your patience.
Yes,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
Miss Gloria, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. NCR 2006-512-I in the state of Texas versus Megan Marie Gloria. Is that your true and correct name, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You're before the court charged with possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a Class B misdemeanor. A Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment that you can receive for the offense of which you are charged, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have a right to an attorney and the right to a trial by jury. You can waive one or both of those rights by signing a written document with this court. Did you have an opportunity to review that document with your attorney before signing it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand that by signing those documents, you were waiving your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then the court will accept your waiver of trial by jury. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
No, ma'am.
And counselor, in speaking with your client, do you find her to be mentally competent and able to assist you in her own defense?
Yes, Your Honor, she is competent and been able to assist in the defense.
Okay, then the court will make a finding that Ms. Gloria is competent and able to assist her attorney in her own defense. Do you understand if the punishment that I assess does not exceed what's recommended by the state, you will need this court's permission to file an appeal, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you further understand that I do not have to accept the state's recommendation today?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then in CR 20-6512-I, State of Texas versus Megan Marie Gloria, to the offense of possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces, a Class B misdemeanor, ma'am. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I'll accept your plea as being freely and voluntarily given. It's okay, Ms. Gloria. I understand it can be a little emotional, okay? So
You're fine. It's just my first kid, but I know as long as I do everything I have, I can get it dismissed. They explained to me everything, so I'm perfectly fine with it.
okay, I know. It's all right. If you feel more comfortable at this point, I'll allow you to turn your camera off, okay?
Thank you.
The court will accept your plea as being freely and voluntarily given. I will call for state's evidence at this time.
Yes, Judge. State offers plea documents and offense reports as State's Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal, State's Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosures as State's Exhibit 3, waiver of risks and needs assessment as State's Exhibit 4, and PTD POM packet as State's Exhibit 5. State would respectfully request defense counsel stipulate to venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court. Further, state would request defense counsel stipulate to the fact that all evidence which has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate today's plea.
Any objections, counselor?
No, Your Honor, no objection as to each of the exhibits, and agreed stipulate to venue jurisdiction and as to the evidence, Your Honor.
Okay, there being no objection from defense counsel as to the exhibits are hereby admitted and approved. In CR 20-6512-I, it is the judgment of the court, ma'am, that you're guilty as charged. However, because you are asking to be placed on the pretrial diversion program, there will be a deferral of the finding of guilt until the completion of the program so that we can see if you have successfully completed that program. Now, that's a contract that you're entering into with the state of Texas. If you comply with all the conditions and you successfully complete the program, then the state is agreeing to dismiss the charges against you. Do you understand the terms of condition and the conditions of that program as they were explained to you by your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything on there that you cannot do?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Garza, are you asking for any consideration on any of the requirements?
Your Honor, we're asking your consideration. We did provide a certificate of one of the classes, I believe, for drug certificate to counsel for state, Mr. Sosa, and just that she not have to overlap or repeat any of what she's already done. And I think everything else, Your Honor, she's willing and able to comply with those.
Okay.
And
so
I think she's also, sorry, Your Honor, she's a resident, I believe, of the outside the county. So just permission to travel to the other county, which is, I believe, Cameron County.
Okay, so Ms. Gloria, are you a resident of Cameron County?
Yes, ma'am. I live in Harlingen. I'm sure that's Cameron County.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to allow you, I'm going to waive that condition G and allow you to travel outside of Hidalgo County because you do live and work in Cameron County. Are you working full time?
Right now I'm seasonal, so it's just part-time.
So I will not require you to retake any courses that you've already taken. If you're like the drug education course, you already have the certificate, you don't have to take it again, okay?
Thank you.
All right. So what is the 60-day date?
February the 10th, Your Honor.
Okay. You're going to return on February the 10th at 9:30 just to see if you've completed everything.
Okay, and would that be in person or would that be on Zoom?
No, that'll be Zoom.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
And what is your phone number?
956-659-2170.
All right.
And at times, if I may, Your Honor, I know earlier she's a migrant, the family, and so she had gone outside of the area, outside of state at the time of the arraignment. So I'm not sure if she should be available at that time.
Well, she has to make herself available on February
Yes.
the 10th because that's part of the agreement. That
Yes.
she make herself available for a status after the 60 days.
Yes, through Zoom
But it-
shouldn't be a problem, Your Honor.
Right. It'll be via Zoom unless something changes and we're required to all come back. But at this time, her hearing at the time will be via Zoom.
Very well.
I'll be in Texas as well. The migrant working is only seasonal and that's in the summer, but I did come back already, so I'm in Texas. I won't be leaving again anytime soon.
Okay. Well, we'll hopefully get it taken care of for you by that date. Okay. All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Am I excused?
You certainly are. Anything else, Mr. Garza?
No, Your Honor. If we may be excused.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. You have a great day.
You too, Judge.
Okay. Who do we have on iPhone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
I was, excuse me,
what is your name?
Axel Ponce.
Okay. Are you sure you're set for today?
Judge, this was a
Yeah,
Sorry, Judge,
Hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Sosa.
this was a restitution hearing with Ms. Love, which we set restitution at 0.
Oh, okay. Yes, your hearing was already called earlier and the restitution was set at 0, sir. So you don't have anything further to do on this case.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't get my Zoom up. I'm sorry.
Okay. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Flores, Cirilo Flores.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, can you please turn your camera on?
I'm sorry for that.
That's okay. So I'm counting you present for today because I have seen you on since the beginning. Your attorney, however, is not, we've already concluded the docket and he apparently is not going to be able to log on because he is in another hearing. So yeah, I'll have to reset you to January the 20th at 9:30 or because we're finished. So, all right, so it'll be January the 20th at 9:30. And if you can please let your attorney know that he or someone has to be present on your behalf on that day.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you have a good day.
You too, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, let's go over the docket. Okay, I have number 43. And number 51 was reset to what date?
January 11th, ma'am, at 9:30.
We don't have a docket on February 11th.
January 11th,
Oh. At 1:30?
9:30.
I don't know what's wrong with the. I need to
My
check.
speakers are off too.
Okay. And so, and number 52 and 53?
Judge, I didn't have a reset date on those.
Okay, so nobody checked in?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So Mr. Damian, that's 52. And then 57 is dismissed. Okay, so 62, neither?
No, Judge.
Okay, 62 and 63, Mr. Damian, and 64, 65, same dependent. All right, number 73 and 74 is the same dependent. Number 94, and that's all. Can you please call out those names?
Yes, ma'am. Jorge Eduardo Jaramillo. Jorge Jaramillo. Jorge Jaramillo. Pamela Jeanette Marroquin. Pamela Marroquin. Pamela Marroquin. Isaiah Quiroga. Isaiah Quiroga. Isaiah Quiroga. Arnulfo Rodriguez. Arnulfo Rodriguez. Arnulfo Rodriguez. Nathaniel Nefeltli Valadez. Nathaniel Valadez. Nathaniel Valadez.
Okay, what says the state of those no-show defendants?
Yes, Judge, state requests that a judgment in eyesight be granted to keep is issued and all bonds forfeited for these no-show defendants.
Okay, that'll be so granted.